Have you ever noticed how simple things like standing up or walking across the room start to feel harder than they used to? Maybe you find yourself feeling weaker, a bit more tired, or even worried about losing your balance. It's a quiet worry many of us carry, wondering if this is just getting old or something more. But what if I told you that it's not just age causing these changes? There's more behind it than just slowing down or getting lazy. Many seniors don't realize how important daily habits are in keeping muscles strong and minds sharp. It's something we often overlook until a small stumble or forgotten step reminds us it matters a lot. In this video, I want to share with you simple, science-backed routines that can make a real difference in how you feel each day. By the end, you'll learn a powerful habit that could help you stay independent longer, keep your body moving, and live with more confidence. So let's walk this path together. Because staying active and strong isn't about fighting age, it's about embracing life with the right steps. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Habit 1. Start your day with gentle exercise. There's something so familiar, almost universal, about waking up in the morning as we get older and feeling a little more stiffness in our joints, a bit of heaviness in our legs, or perhaps a dull ache in the back or shoulders. Many seniors notice it as soon as they swing their legs out of bed, a subtle reminder from their bodies that they're not quite as young as they once were. For some, it's a minor inconvenience, easily ignored as they reach for their slippers. For others, that morning discomfort can linger, making every movement, from getting dressed to heading to the kitchen for breakfast, just a little more difficult. Yet, it's so common, so quietly accepted, that we start to believe it's just another part of aging, something we have to learn to live with. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, does it have to be this way? Are morning stiffness and sluggishness simply an inevitable part of getting older, or is there something you can do about it? Something simple, even gentle, that could help you start the day feeling stronger, lighter, and more in control? You see, it's easy to fall into the belief that, after a certain age, slowing down is natural, and that aches and pains are just the price we pay for all the years we've lived. But science tells a different story. Much of what we call aging isn't just about the years on the calendar. It's about what we do, or don't do, each day to keep our bodies moving and our muscles engaged. Here's a simple truth. Our bodies are designed for movement, no matter our age. When we stop moving, even for a few hours during the night, our muscles and joints can stiffen. The synovial fluid, the natural lubricant in our joints, settles, and our circulation slows down while we sleep. If we don't gently wake up our bodies in the morning, that stiffness can last all day, leading to even less movement and even more discomfort in a downward spiral. The good news is that you don't need to become a fitness fanatic or join a gym to break this cycle. Starting your day with gentle exercise, just a few simple stretches or movements right after waking, can make a world of difference. This isn't about pushing yourself or doing anything painful. Instead, it's about giving your body the gentle encouragement it needs to get going, much like warming up your car on a chilly morning before you drive. Science backs this up. Gentle movement in the morning increases circulation, helps distribute joint fluid, and signals your brain to produce feel-good chemicals like endorphins. Even a few minutes can boost energy, improve mood, and set a positive tone for the rest of the day. Regular morning movement can also help maintain balance and prevent falls, a major concern for seniors who value their independence. But what does gentle exercise look like for someone in their late 60s, 70s, or even 80s? You don't need fancy equipment or a strict routine. The best movements are often the simplest ones, done slowly and mindfully in the comfort of your own home. Picture this. Before even getting out of bed, you take a deep breath, gently rotate your ankles and wrists, then slowly pull your knees to your chest one at a time, feeling the stretch in your lower back. Maybe you sit up and do a few neck rolls, or reach your arms overhead, letting your spine wake up. Once you stand, You might hold onto a chair or countertop and gently march in place, or do a few side-to-side steps, just to get the blood flowing to your legs. All of this can take less than 10 minutes, but the impact is huge. You might wonder, will a few minutes of these gentle movements make a difference? To answer that, let me share a short story about a woman named Helen from Ohio, who, at 72, found herself struggling each morning. For years, Helen assumed that her aching knees and stiff back were simply signs of getting older. She dreaded getting out of bed and started skipping her morning walks, which made things even worse. One day, her doctor suggested she try some simple stretches every morning. Nothing strenuous, just 5 minutes before breakfast. Skeptical but willing to try anything, Helen followed a basic routine: ankle circles, gentle knee bends, arm stretches, and deep breathing. Within a week, she noticed her mornings felt easier. Her joints hurt less, and she started walking farther each day. Over time, her mood improved, and she even felt confident enough to join a local Tai Chi class, where she met new friends. Helen's story isn't unusual. It's a testament to the power of small changes made with care. You might not see dramatic results overnight, but consistency is everything. The body is remarkably adaptable, and even after 65, 70, or 80 years, it responds to regular, gentle movement with greater flexibility, better circulation, and more energy. The key is to listen to your body, never force or rush, and to find joy in the process. If you wake up with extra pain one day, it's okay to take things slower. On days when you feel a bit stronger, maybe add a few more repetitions or walk a little farther down the hallway. The important thing is to make it a daily habit, as routine as your morning coffee. If you're not sure where to start, you might search online for morning stretches for seniors, or talk to your doctor or physical therapist about movements that are right for you. Some people like to use a gentle yoga video on YouTube. Others prefer to invent their own sequence, focusing on the areas that feel tight. If you're worried about balance, do your movements seated or hold onto something sturdy. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress and kindness to yourself. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Invite your spouse, a friend, or even your grandchild to join you. Share your progress with a neighbor or a group at your local community center. The simple act of moving together, even virtually, creates connection and accountability, making the habit even more rewarding. So the next time you wake up and notice that familiar morning stiffness, pause for a moment. Instead of thinking, "This is just how it is," ask yourself what you can do, right then and there, to help your body feel better. Reach for your toes, circle your ankles, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that every small effort counts. Aging may be inevitable, but losing your independence is not. With a little intention and a lot of self-kindness, you can greet each morning not with dread, but with hope and strength. You have the power to shape your day, starting with your very first movements. Every stretch, every gentle step, is a gift you give to your future self, a promise that you will keep moving forward, one day at a time. And remember, it's never too late to begin. Habit 2. Eat fresh, nutritious foods. Food has always been a centerpiece of American life. A warm slice of pie at a family reunion, a juicy summer tomato plucked from a backyard garden, or the comforting aroma of homemade soup simmering on a chilly day. As we grow older, those moments around the table can take on even more meaning. But along with cherished memories, eating can also bring quiet worries. Have you ever pushed aside a plate, realizing you just don't have the appetite you once did? Maybe food seems less exciting, or meals feel more like a chore than a pleasure. Sometimes, cooking for one feels pointless, or health problems make it tricky to prepare the dishes you love. Little by little, you might find yourself reaching for crackers and processed snacks instead of a real meal, telling yourself it's good enough. But here's a gentle question to ponder. Is eating less, or choosing whatever is easiest, simply part of getting older? Or could the food you eat be one of the most powerful ways to protect your independence and well-being? For years, Many of us grew up believing that health is mostly about what we do: walking, taking our pills, going to the doctor. We might overlook how powerfully our food shapes our energy, our mood, and even our memory. Yet, science now shows that nutrition plays a starring role in every part of healthy aging. The foods we choose, day after day, act like the bricks and mortar of our bodies. If we build with fresh, colorful, nutritious foods, we create a sturdy foundation. If we build with empty foods, those low in nutrients and high in sugar, salt, and preservatives, the structure weakens over time. Let's look at what happens inside the body when we eat. With every bite, our digestive system breaks down food into nutrients. Protein to repair muscles, fiber to keep our gut moving, and vitamins and minerals to power the heart, brain, and immune system. But as we age, our bodies don't absorb nutrients quite as efficiently. That means every meal matters more, not less, because our cells are relying on us to deliver the good stuff. But modern life often pushes us the opposite way. Fast food, packaged meals, and sugary treats fill the shelves. It's tempting to reach for things that are quick and easy, especially when we feel tired or don't want to cook. Even well-meaning family members might bring over a bag of cookies or a frozen pizza, thinking it's a helpful gesture. Over time, these convenience foods can slowly crowd out the fresh, real ingredients that truly nourish us. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Yet, even small shifts can spark big changes. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by complicated diets or health fads, start by focusing on fresh, whole foods that are colorful, simple, and full of life. Imagine adding a handful of spinach to your morning eggs, tossing berries into your cereal, or swapping out white bread for a hearty whole grain. Think about building a dinner plate that looks like a garden: vivid greens, bright oranges, deep reds. Each color signals a different nutrient that your body needs, from antioxidants that protect your cells to fiber that keeps your digestion moving smoothly. This isn't just about looking good on the outside. Eating fresh, nutritious foods has a real, measurable impact on the things that matter most to you: your energy, your strength, your memory, and your ability to stay independent. Studies have shown that seniors who eat plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats are less likely to experience frailty, falls, or cognitive decline. Foods rich in omega-3s, like salmon or walnuts, help protect the brain. High-fiber foods like beans and whole grains keep cholesterol and blood sugar in check. Even small changes can improve blood pressure, bone health, and immune function. But let's be honest, old habits die hard, and new ones can be intimidating. What if you've always loved sweets, or you've never enjoyed cooking? What if a tight budget or limited mobility makes grocery shopping difficult? The good news is that healthy eating doesn't have to be expensive, complicated, or time-consuming. Some of the most nutritious foods are simple and affordable: apples, carrots, eggs, brown rice, frozen vegetables, or canned beans. Just rinse off extra salt. Local farmers markets often accept SNAP benefits and offer discounts for seniors. Many communities deliver fresh produce boxes right to your door. Let's take a moment for a real story, a gentle reminder that change is possible at any age. A gentleman named Earl, a retired railroad worker from Indiana, always prided himself on a big breakfast: bacon, white toast, and sweet coffee. But after his wife passed away, he fell into a rut of eating microwave dinners and donuts, feeling tired and foggy most days. One afternoon, his granddaughter visited with a bag of groceries and a simple recipe for vegetable soup. Together, they chopped onions, carrots, celery, and potatoes, letting the scent fill the small kitchen. Earl was surprised at how good it tasted: earthy, filling, a little sweet from the carrots. He started keeping fruit on the counter and oatmeal in the cupboard. Soon, his doctor noticed his blood pressure improved, and Earl felt sharper and more energetic. He didn't have to give up all his favorites. He just added a few fresh, nutritious foods to each day. If you're not sure where to begin, try making one small change this week. Maybe add a vegetable to your lunch, or choose water instead of soda with dinner. Keep fruit in a bowl where you can see it, or buy a bag of baby carrots for easy snacking. If cooking is a challenge, look for simple recipes with a few ingredients, or ask family and friends for help. Even frozen vegetables, canned salmon, or pre-chopped salads can be nutritious and easy. Some people like to plan meals ahead, writing a short grocery list of healthy basics. Others find it helps to prepare extra portions and freeze leftovers for busy days. If you're living alone, invite a neighbor over to share a meal, or cook with a friend over the phone or on a video call. Food is about more than just fuel. It's about connection, pleasure, and self-care. Remember, there's no perfect way to eat. You don't have to count calories or follow strict rules. The goal is to build habits that make you feel good, keep you strong, and help you do the things you love. Gardening, walking, playing cards with friends, or simply enjoying a sunny afternoon. Each meal is a chance to invest in your independence, one forkful at a time. So next time you find yourself reaching for something quick and processed, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what could I add that's fresh or colorful? Every apple, every spoonful of beans, every slice of ripe tomato is a quiet act of self-respect, a message to your body that you care about your future. Over time, these choices add up to stronger muscles, clearer thinking, and more vibrant days. You deserve to feel your best, not just today, but for all the seasons still ahead. Eating fresh, nutritious foods is one of the most loving gifts you can give yourself. And no matter your age or circumstance, it's never too late to start. Take it one meal at a time, savor each bite, and remember, healthy eating isn't a burden. It's a celebration of life and of you. Habit 3. Maintain social connections. It's a quiet afternoon, and sunlight spills gently across your kitchen table. Maybe you sit with a warm cup of tea or coffee, staring out the window, listening to the distant hum of a neighbor's lawnmower or the chirping of birds. In moments like this, it's easy to feel at peace, but also, sometimes, a little alone. Maybe you remember the days when your house was filled with voices, kids laughing, friends stopping by, phone calls ringing, a sense of daily connection that came so naturally. As the years go by, though, routines change. Children move across the country, friends retire or pass on, and even neighbors seem busier than they once were. Suddenly, the world feels quieter, and loneliness slips in, often unnoticed at first, like a shadow at the edge of a room. Many seniors know this feeling well but brush it aside, thinking it's just another part of aging. That's life, you might tell yourself. People get busy. I'm used to my own company. You might even feel a sense of pride in being independent, never wanting to bother anyone or admit that, deep down, you wish for more connection. But here's a gentle question. Is being alone really the same as being independent? Or could meaningful social connections help you stay independent, healthy, and truly joyful for longer? It's a surprising idea, but science and real life both agree that maintaining social ties is every bit as important as exercise or nutrition when it comes to healthy aging. Social connections keep our minds sharper, our moods lighter, and our bodies stronger. Researchers have found that seniors who engage regularly with others, whether family, friends, neighbors, or community groups, have a lower risk of memory loss, depression, high blood pressure, and even chronic illnesses like heart disease. One major study from Harvard showed that people with strong social ties lived longer, felt less pain, and recovered more quickly from setbacks than those who felt isolated. In short, a connection isn't just nice, it's vital. But what is it exactly about friendship, conversation, and laughter that makes such a difference? Part of it is simple biology. When you talk, listen, and share with others, your brain releases feel-good chemicals, endorphins and oxytocin, that reduce stress and boost immunity. Social activities stimulate different parts of your brain, keeping you thinking clearly and creatively. Even a short chat on the phone, a letter in the mail, or a smile from a neighbor can trigger these healing responses. It's not about having hundreds of friends or a busy calendar. Even a few close relationships, nurtured with care, can be a lifeline. Of course, building and maintaining connections isn't always easy, especially in later years. Maybe you've lost touch with old friends, or your mobility isn't what it used to be. Perhaps you're shy, or you worry about being a burden. Sometimes, technology feels overwhelming, and you're not sure where to start. That's okay. Like any good habit, social connection is built one small step at a time. Let's imagine, for a moment, a woman named Carol. Carol grew up in a big family in Michigan, with Sunday dinners, church gatherings, and lots of friendly neighbors. But when she retired and her husband passed away, Carol found herself spending more and more time alone. Days blurred together, and she started feeling tired and a little down. Her daughter noticed and encouraged her to try something new, joining a local knitting group that met once a week at the library. At first, Carol hesitated. She didn't know anyone and the idea felt awkward. But she agreed to go, just once. That single visit turned into a regular outing. She learned new patterns, made friends of all ages, and even started sharing her scarves with neighbors. Soon, Carol looked forward to each week, feeling a sense of purpose and belonging she hadn't felt in years. Her story is not unique. Across America, seniors who reach out, whether to join a club, volunteer, take a class, or simply reconnect with an old friend, often discover their days brighten and their spirits lift. You don't have to become the life of the party. Even quiet connections matter. Maybe you exchange a wave with your mail carrier or chat for a moment at the grocery store. Perhaps you set aside one afternoon each week to call a grandchild, cousin, or childhood friend. If in-person visits are tough, technology can help. FaceTime, Zoom, and even simple text messages open new doors. Communities are also bursting with opportunities for seniors to connect. Many senior centers offer book clubs, fitness classes, and social hours. Libraries host game nights, storytelling circles, or music afternoons. Churches and synagogues often organize friendly check-ins and social visits for older members. And if leaving the house is a challenge, there are telephone reassurance programs and phone pals who love to chat. The real secret is this: connection is not about quantity, but quality. A heartfelt conversation can mean more than a dozen quick hellos. When you share your stories, listen to others, and let yourself be seen, you nurture not just relationships, but also your sense of self-worth. These moments of connection remind you that your life has value and that you are needed, remembered, and loved. If you're hesitant, remember that you're not alone. Reaching out can feel vulnerable, especially if you haven't done it in a while. Start small. Write a note to an old friend. Invite a neighbor for coffee. Sign up for a class, art, dance, cooking, or even a lecture at a local college. If you can't leave home, try connecting online. There are even nationwide pen pal programs for seniors, bringing joy through handwritten letters. Some days, you may not feel up to it, and that's okay. The goal is not perfection, but intention. Even one new connection, or a single renewed friendship, can transform the shape of your days. And if you're reading this thinking, "But I've always been independent. I don't want to bother anyone," remember, real independence is about having choices, including the choice to let others in. Strong social ties don't make you less independent. They help you stay independent longer. People with close connections are more likely to notice when you need help, encourage you to try new things, and celebrate your victories with you. Life, after all, is richer when shared. So the next time you find yourself sitting quietly at the kitchen table, wondering if anyone's thinking of you, take that first gentle step. Pick up the phone. Write a letter. Smile at the next person you see. Join a club, a group, a class, whatever feels right for you. And if you're nervous, remember Carol's story. Sometimes, the hardest part is showing up the first time. You are not alone in this journey. your stories, your laughter, your wisdom. They matter more than you know, both to you and to the people around you. The world may feel quieter sometimes, but it's still full of hands waiting to hold yours, voices eager to hear your stories, and hearts ready to connect. Stay open. Reach out. Let connection brighten your days and strengthen your spirit. Independence is not a solitary road. It's a path best walked together. And every time you choose connection, you give yourself the gift of a richer, more joyful life. Habit 4. Cultivate a positive mindset through meditation or mindfulness. There are some days when the worries seem to stack up before you even open your eyes. Maybe it's the ache in your knee that reminds you of a fall last year, or a lingering worry about the future. Your health, your finances, the well-being of people you love. Maybe it's something smaller, like the sound of rain tapping on the window and a feeling that you'd rather just stay in bed. Over time, these little worries can build into a heavy cloud, coloring the whole day in gray. It's a feeling so many seniors know well but often don't speak about. After all, you've lived through so much. You've learned to tough it out, to put on a brave face, to just keep going. But what if there was another way? What if, instead of pushing those worries aside or letting them pile up, you could learn to greet them with a gentler mind? One that doesn't judge or rush, but simply notices. What if you could wake up each morning, not just hoping for a good day, but actively creating one, no matter what comes your way? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's easy to assume that a positive mindset is something you're born with or something that fades as life hands you more challenges. Many people think, I've always been a worrier, or, after a certain age, stress just comes with the territory. But that's not the full story. Science, and countless real-life experiences, tell us that it's never too late to reshape your mindset, to train your mind much as you might stretch a stiff muscle or strengthen a weak joint. And one of the most gentle, effective tools for this is meditation and mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind or sitting for hours in silence. It's about paying attention to the present moment, on purpose, with kindness. Meditation is a simple practice that helps you build this skill. You don't need special equipment, a fancy mat, or a guru. All you need is a quiet space, a few minutes, and the willingness to try. What happens in the brain when you meditate? Decades of research have shown that regular mindfulness or meditation changes how your brain responds to stress. The areas responsible for anxiety and fear calm down. Those connected to focus and emotional balance grow stronger. Studies on older adults show that just a few weeks of meditation can lead to better sleep, improved mood, and even sharper memory. Blood pressure goes down, aches and pains seem less loud, and worries lose their grip. Even a few minutes a day can make a difference. You might wonder, does something so simple work? Let me share a story that might sound familiar. There's a man named Frank, a retired school principal from Nebraska, who spent most of his life feeling responsible for everyone around him. After retirement, Frank found himself alone more often, and old worries started bubbling up. Health scares, family conflicts, and financial concerns. Sleep was hard to come by, and his mind seemed to race from one anxious thought to another. His daughter suggested he try meditation. At first, Frank was skeptical. It sounded strange, maybe even silly. But he promised to give it a try. Each morning, before breakfast, Frank sat in his favorite armchair, closed his eyes, and listened to his breath. He noticed how his chest rose and fell, how the air felt cool on the way in and warm on the way out. When his mind wandered, and it often did, he simply noticed and returned to his breath. At first, it was hard to sit still. But gradually, Frank found he felt a little calmer after those quiet minutes. He started sleeping better. The old worries didn't disappear, but they felt less heavy. He learned to meet each day with a bit more peace, and a bit more kindness toward himself. Frank's experience isn't unusual. In senior centers across America, meditation and mindfulness groups are popping up, helping older adults find comfort, clarity, and connection. You might try a guided meditation. Plenty of free recordings are available online, or join a class at your community center or local library. Or you can keep it as simple as sitting quietly for 5 minutes and focusing on your breath, a favorite sound, or the feeling of your feet on the floor. If you're not sure how to begin, here's a gentle starting point. Find a comfortable place to sit, close your eyes if you'd like, and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Notice where you feel tension in your body, and imagine breathing calmly into those spots. If thoughts come about your grocery list, your family, your aches and pains, just notice them like clouds passing by and return to your breath. Set a timer if you like, or just stop when you feel ready. The beauty of mindfulness is that it isn't just for quiet moments. It can color every part of your day. When you're washing dishes, pay attention to the feel of the warm water. When you walk, notice the way the air moves across your skin or the rhythm of your steps. Even amid pain, worry, or sadness, you can gently remind yourself, this is a moment of difficulty. I can meet it with kindness. No matter your past, your age, or your circumstances, you can always begin again. It's not about achieving some perfect calm or pushing away all negative thoughts. It's about giving yourself a little space, a moment of peace, a breath of fresh air, in the middle of whatever life brings. You may find over time that you react differently to challenges. Small things don't upset you as much. You sleep a bit better. You notice beauty in unexpected places, a bright red cardinal at the feeder, the sweet smell of coffee, the sound of a loved one's voice on the phone. You learn to treat yourself as gently as you would a dear friend, offering compassion instead of criticism. If you'd like, invite a friend or family member to join you. There's something special about sharing these moments, even if you're each in your own homes. Some communities offer meditation groups for seniors, where you can connect and encourage each other. Technology, too, can help. Apps like Insight Timer or Headspace offer free meditations for every level. Above all, be patient with yourself. There's no right or wrong way to practice. Some days your mind will be busy. Some days you'll feel restless or sleepy. That's all part of the journey. What matters is showing up, with a spirit of curiosity and kindness. So the next time the worries begin to pile up, or you feel yourself getting swept away by the noise of the world, pause for a moment. Take a breath. Notice where you are, what you feel, what you hear. Remind yourself that every moment, no matter how small, is a chance to begin again, to meet life with an open heart and a steady mind. You have faced so much and weathered so many storms, and still, you are here, growing, learning, and loving. Meditation and mindfulness are not escapes from reality, but gifts you give yourself, tools to find peace, strength, and joy, no matter your age or circumstance. Try it today, with gentleness and hope. You may be surprised at how much brighter the world becomes, one mindful breath at a time. Habit 5. Prioritize good, restful sleep. It's late evening, and your house is quiet. You glance at the clock, almost bedtime, and wonder what tonight's sleep will bring. Maybe you know the feeling all too well, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, waiting for sleep to arrive but finding it elusive. Perhaps you drift off for a little while, only to wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., mind spinning with thoughts, aches, and worries. Or maybe you wake at dawn, feeling as tired as when you went to bed, thinking, this must just be how it is now that I'm older. If you've ever sighed in frustration at another restless night, you're certainly not alone. For many seniors, getting a good night's sleep can feel like a distant memory, replaced by long nights and weary mornings. But have you ever asked yourself, is poor sleep simply an unavoidable part of aging, or could there be gentle, practical ways to reclaim the kind of restful sleep you truly need? Most of us grow up hearing that seniors just don't need as much sleep, or that waking up often is normal. But the science tells a more hopeful story. In truth, our sleep needs don't change all that much as we age. What changes are the patterns, routines, and sometimes the small, overlooked habits that quietly chip away at sleep quality. And the consequences of poor sleep reach far beyond feeling tired. When you don't sleep well, you may notice your memory isn't as sharp, your mood feels heavy, and even simple daily tasks seem harder. Chronic sleep loss has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, diabetes, depression, and even falls. But the good news is that restful, rejuvenating sleep is possible at any age, and there are steps you can take, starting tonight, to make it easier to drift off and wake up feeling refreshed. First, let's look at what happens in the body during sleep. While you're at rest, your body repairs muscles and tissues, strengthens your immune system, and even cleans up your brain, clearing out toxins that can cloud memory and thinking. Sleep is when the mind organizes memories and the heart takes a much-needed break from the day's work. In short, sleep is the reset button for every system in your body. So why is it so hard to come by, especially as we age? Several reasons, many of them fixable. Hormonal changes, side effects from medications, more frequent bathroom trips, and less exposure to natural daylight can all disrupt sleep. Add in the emotional weight of worries, loneliness, or grief, and it's no wonder so many seniors struggle at night. But these obstacles don't have to be permanent. Most sleep problems respond beautifully to a handful of gentle, intentional changes. Consider the story of Walter, a retired postman from Kansas. For most of his life, Walter slept like a rock. But after his wife passed away, his nights became restless. He would fall asleep in front of the TV but then wake at midnight, unable to return to sleep. His days became sluggish, his memory foggy, and he lost interest in his favorite hobby, gardening. Walter's daughter suggested he try a new bedtime routine. Skeptical but willing to try, Walter turned off the TV an hour before bed, made a habit of sipping herbal tea, and began writing a few lines in a gratitude journal each night. He also started taking a brief walk outside every afternoon to soak up some sunshine. Within a few weeks, he noticed he was falling asleep more easily and sleeping through the night more often. His energy returned, his mood brightened, and he felt a little more like himself again. So, what are some simple, practical steps you can take to prioritize better sleep without turning your life upside down? Here are a few gentle habits that make a real difference. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. 1. Keep a consistent schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, even on weekends. Your body's natural clock, the circadian rhythm, loves routine, and over time, this simple practice can make falling asleep and waking up much easier. 2. Create a calming bedtime ritual. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Listen to soft music or read something soothing, not the news. Sipping a warm, caffeine-free drink, taking a warm bath, or practicing gentle stretches can help signal your body that it's time to wind down. 3. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. Keep it cool, quiet, and dark. Invest in soft, comfortable bedding and a supportive pillow. If outside light or noise is a problem, try blackout curtains or a white noise machine. Remove clocks or devices that tempt you to check the time. 4. Limit naps, caffeine, and big meals late in the day. A short nap, 20 to 30 minutes, can be refreshing, but avoid sleeping for long stretches in the afternoon. Skip coffee, chocolate, and heavy foods in the evening. They can make sleep harder to find. 5. Get natural daylight. Spending even 15 to 30 minutes outside every morning or afternoon helps reset your internal clock and boosts your mood. If you can't get outside, open the curtains and let the sunshine in. 6. Move your body during the day. Gentle exercise like walking, stretching, or gardening helps you feel more tired at night and also eases anxiety and restlessness. 7. Manage worries. If your mind races at bedtime, try writing down your thoughts in a journal, practicing deep breathing, or listening to a guided relaxation recording. Mindfulness and meditation, even for a few minutes, can help quiet anxious thoughts. Of course, not every tip will work for everyone, and it's normal to have a restless night once in a while. But the goal is progress, not perfection. If you're still struggling after trying these changes, talk to your doctor. Sometimes an underlying health problem or medication side effect can make sleep harder, and there are gentle treatments that can help. And remember, you are not alone in this. Millions of seniors across America have found ways to reclaim restful nights and brighter days, one small habit at a time. Sleep is not a luxury or a sign of weakness. It is as vital to your health as good food, movement, and connection. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, treat yourself to a little extra kindness. Turn down the lights, savor a warm cup of tea, take a moment to breathe deeply, and let the day fall away. Remind yourself that you deserve rest and that sleep is a gift, not a struggle. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a little more energy, a clearer mind, and a heart ready for whatever the day brings. Prioritizing good, restful sleep is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, at any age. Each gentle change is a promise to your body and spirit that you care. You've earned your rest every single night. Let sleep carry you gently into the new day, and remember, brighter mornings always begin with restful nights. As we've explored together, building habits like gentle morning exercise, nourishing your body with fresh foods, staying connected with loved ones, cultivating a peaceful mind, and prioritizing restful sleep aren't just small daily choices. They are powerful steps toward preserving your independence and enhancing your quality of life. These habits may seem simple, but their impact is profound. Each one is a gift you give yourself, a way to honor the years you've lived and the many moments still ahead. Remember, aging isn't about slowing down or giving up. It's about embracing the wisdom that comes with experience and making intentional choices that support your well-being. Independence is about having the freedom to live life on your terms, to wake up with energy and purpose, and to find joy in everyday moments. Whether that's sharing a meal, enjoying a walk, or simply savoring a quiet moment with a good book. Change doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start where you are, with small, manageable steps. Celebrate every success, no matter how tiny. And be gentle with yourself on days that feel harder. This journey is yours, and every effort you make brings you closer to a stronger, healthier, and happier you. You're never alone on this path. Reach out, share your progress, and connect with others who understand and support you. Together, we can create a community that lifts each other, inspiring confidence and hope. Thank you for taking the time to care for yourself today. Your commitment to these habits is an act of love. Love for your body, your mind, and your future. Keep moving forward with kindness and courage, knowing that each new day is an opportunity to thrive. Here's to your health, your happiness, and your independence, today and every day to come.